Hi guys, this is Miss Ponce de Leon. We're going to be starting our system of equations notes today. So we'll be doing notes for page 1 and 2 in our packets. Okay, up at the top of our notes you have a couple of questions. One says, what is a system of equations? So if you want to write your notes here. So a system of equations is basically two lines. Okay, so two lines. Okay, and I can give you a little bit more details on that. You will have two equations with two unknown variables. Okay, then our next question says, what is the solution to a system of equations? Okay, the solution to a system of equations is the point. Let me get this back going here. Is the point where two lines intersect. Okay, it's usually designated with a ordered pair. Oops, hold on just a second. With an ordered pair where you have an x and a y value. Okay, so system of equations are two lines or two equations with two unknown variables, and the solution to the system is the point where the two lines intersect. Okay, so taking a look at these examples here in these pictures, when you've got two lines that intersect, like you have in this picture, your intersecting lines, here you go, there will be one solution. Okay, so right here we got one solution. Okay, and that solution is right here where these lines intersect. And again, it'll be some sort of ordered pair where you've got an x and a y value. Okay, so that's one solution. Okay, in this next picture, where you have parallel lines, if you can see here, in these parallel lines, these lines never intersect. Okay, so if they do not intersect, then they do not have a solution. So when you have parallel lines, that's considered no solution. Okay, which means there's no point where those two lines will intersect. Okay, then our last set over here to the right is, you can't really tell, but you actually have in this picture there are two identical lines. So in this case, when you have two equations with two lines and they end up being the same line, I'll show you some examples in a minute. This would be called infinitely many solutions. Okay, these are also called, they're identical lines, but they're also called, they're also called coinciding lines. Coinciding lines. Okay, they're basically the same line. The equations may look different, but they end up being the same equation. Okay, so what that means, you have two lines that are basically on top of each other, so they have solutions all along. There's a solution at every single point here. So this would be a solution, this would be a solution here, 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 here. So everywhere along this line, those two lines intersect. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these problems here so we can kind of see what we're looking at. Okay, when you have, when you have two equations, okay, what you need to do is graph both of the lines and then see if they intersect. That will be their solution. Okay, so in this case, I've got these two lines. I'm going to do this first one in blue. So we've got y, Okay, we've got y equals 2x plus 6 okay? Where my slope is 2 and my y-intercept is 6, okay? And what that looks like once I graph that, let me take this over here. So my y-intercept is 6. So if I count up on my graph, okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my 0.6. And then my slope is 2 over 1. So I can go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. I'm going to come down here, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Okay, so if I see if I can draw this nice and neatly. There you go. Kind of that's the line for my first equation. Okay, now if I go back to my other equation, back over here, I'm going to switch up colors on you. Let's do green. Okay, so if I have y, if I have y equals negative x minus 3, then my slope is negative 1, and my y-intercept is negative 3. Okay, I can go back and graph that line. So again, my y-intercept is negative 3. So 1, 2, 3 down here. My slope is negative 1, so I go up 1 over 1, 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay, so this is what my second line is going to look like. Okay, so if I take a look at this point right here, this is where they intersect. Okay, so where my two lines intersect will be the solution. Okay, that is the point that satisfies both equations. So if I need to write that in an ordered pair, that would be 1, 2, 3, 0. So my ordered pair would be, let me get that in red. That would be negative 3, 0. Okay, that is my x and y value of where those two lines intersect. Okay, so that is your video for your first page of notes. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and then we will go on to your next set of notes or your next page.